Sometimes when faced with an advanced title, people will say to me, will I be able to keep up? Is this for me? Is it too advanced for me? Well, the answer with Excel 2013 is hopefully not, and I'll certainly try to make sure that it isn't. Now, as far as Excel 2013 is concerned, there have been a few changes to Excel. Other than the aesthetic interface, we have the cloud introduction, where a lot more interaction goes on with web-based data services, whether that's social networks, whether that's SkyDrive for storing locations, or whether that's just for getting your images down from the internet, either via Office Clipart or via a Flickr account. So very much more of that interaction with the web, with the cloud. There's the fantastic fast fill that we'll see shortly. And then there's two new improvements to pivot tables and charts that are quite daunting and complicated on their own, but now we have recommended charts and recommended pivot tables, where Excel will actually make suggestions of possible pivots for summarizing your data and possible charts for making your data look presentable in a graphical format. So those are the highlights, those are the new enhancements. Now in the advanced title, we break you in gently, and our agenda is to firstly bring in some mathematical functions. After all, that's really what Excel was built for, number crunching. So we start you off simple with the sum, min, max, count, the basic functions that you will arrive with, and then we add on more complicated things like SUMIF and COUNTIF and AVERAGEIF, and using these over multiple ranges. We then introduce some more functions in that we add if functions, and then nested ifs, and then the use of and or within those ifs. Staying on the function theme, we introduce lookups, so vertical lookup, so VLOOKUP, horizontal lookup, HLOOKUP, that will allow you to pull data from one sheet to another. Then we leave math alone for a while and have a little rest really with sparklines, which are like little mini charts that you can introduce and add to individual cells. Then we look at time within Excel and how Excel deals with time and how you can use Excel to calculate with time, to add time together, to find the difference between time, to do running totals of time. Then we're into outlining, so being able to group and then hide very quickly rows and columns based on natural groupings within the data. If that doesn't make any sense at all, it will when we cover it. Then we visit scenarios and views to allow you to play with data, really running what-if scenarios. And then views for contracting, expanding and hiding different elements of your worksheets. Then we're back to mathematical functions, but of a different type, text manipulation functions, allowing us to play with text, manipulate strings, find values within strings, join strings together. So looking at that whole angle of text manipulation. Then we visit arrays and array formulas, very exciting, but by that stage you'll want to know about them. Auditing your worksheets and troubleshooting problems with your formulas. And then we get to pivot tables and charts, extremely fantastic tool for summarizing data. When you have a lot of data that is not even necessarily stored in Excel, we can use Excel's pivot tables and pivot charts tools to summarize that data and explore that data. And our final step is to look at macros, so automating tasks within Excel to make it work even faster for you, to make your life easier, which is really what Excel was generated for in the first place.